best one, he says. So, Alpha 3. Select your bullshit style. Oh, let me get up. Yes, we are on episode 3 of Convos with Street Fighter Alpha 3. Do you want a rematch? No. Oh shit! I forgot. This game's crazy. Doesn't matter.
This one, I don't remember certain kind of. After playing it, Steve shot.
Nah, the game's that joystick was a bit crazy in his shot.
It's
But
very temperamental.
Fuck that. Okay.
sign up base, I don't know.
X.
Oh, okay.
X. Run. 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 Hold hard kick.
Yeah.
So what, you planning to link her then?
Well, this girl from, the one from Woodford, I'm kind of negotiating with a thing.
Negotiating?
Yeah. But
That sounds mad. Negotiating.
The thing is, she's a social worker. So, her job's quite, she takes the job seriously. So, we are arranging a date. Obviously, I don't know when. It's going to be soon. Definitely going to be
That's good news, man.
It is good news. I mean, she's 45. I'm not going to lie, she doesn't look very good. She really doesn't look very good. She looks like she's 30.
Always, I ain't getting, there's no success for me on there. I'll tell you that
What was
straight.
that girl you were speaking to?
No reply.
No reply.
No reply since. She said something like, we were chatting for like 2 hours, and all of a sudden she said, yeah, I'm getting tired, I'll chat to you soon. I thought, alright, cool.
And then you never heard anything.
Haven't heard anything from her since. I messaged her, said, hi, hope you're okay. Hi, haven't heard from you, hope you're okay. She's like, after a while.
Has she been online though?
Of course she has. You know when they're online. It shows you.
You tell me exactly. Yeah.
So I'm not gonna, but I don't want to trouble anyone.
No.
Just get on with life, innit?
Let's move on to the next.
Just chat to someone.
You're the one that used the word afraid.
No, but she had things in common. That's why I thought, oh, you know, this is interesting. Well, she was saying that she just looked at someone to chat with, and I just thought that was basic. Got no complaint with that. But she's a social worker?
No, this is another person.
Oh, I was going to say that. How can a social worker be violent?
No, this is a totally different person. I've not spoken to this person. I think she removed her account. But I was having a nice conversation about her other half, and the other half seemed like a rat, like, well, because I used Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown.
Well, put it this way, Bobby Brown beat Dusty Houston.
Then that could be. There's loads of. What's the other guy? There's loads of. Oh, just woman beater, man. Who gives a shit? A woman beater. Or a guy that abuses a woman.
Obviously,
Just break it down and make it very simple. Oh shit.
My boyfriend knew that the problem is, you go on the website, don't get your Facebook and I think she's quite to get an account, obviously on a general about the person, not much was given out. The only reason was trying to give it to someone who related to your relationship. But every problem is met and stuff like that.
Oh my god. I hate that he... That's so frustrating. Dead.
Oh, come on.
Oh my lord. I keep forgetting you can't throw with one button in this. It's got continues and games overs.
See, that I don't like. No, that's the vibe.
Damn dog, man. Stab. wrong fucking camera. Oh, it doesn't know.
Let's play. Go for
in this. God damn. I mean, what's the top in each thing? Because that's debatable. I haven't played this game like the people I used to play this game would know better, but on assumptions, Dal, Dan, Dalsim, Visum, yeah, Visum Dan's good. Dalsim, Exism Dalsim, Visum Cody, Visum Sangi, V Ryu.
First time I ever played this game, I used Sakura.
Yeah, V Sakura as well. Everyone in V's actually good though.
So yeah, if you could do like custom combos and stuff like that.
Yeah, but if you could do that with everyone, then there'd be no point having a tier list,
Well,
because
true, that's true.
there's only a few characters I don't really see high level that are dismal. Like, I don't know, probably Bison. I've seen Hondas. I've seen some mad Hondas and some mad Blancas, some dry Karins, some dry Vegas.
What about like Gaia's more guys?
Guys are good, but boy, you gotta be like really good.
Really smart guy.
You gotta be really good, or you get sussed. Like, when you're not good at this game, you're not good at this game. Like, you get sussed out quick.
Like they really might see someone like Alex Barley.
Yeah, but chunks of people have been playing this game forever, man. From the PS1 version. Fuck, you know, it's not even deep. Oh, it is. I was gonna say, what? That's a bit. That thing's a bit of a trickery because it comes down. That's the wrong one. I think it's the middle kid. Crossed over movies. None of that.
What did you say Blanca was? Is he, or like, he's better in V or something, would you say?
Big up the Beast, London Generals. Who's that? still playing Alpha 3?
Yeah.
You choose what you want to play, man. Oh, what? Select some dry fighting style.
This guy should be hurt in the game.
He probably will. Okay. Check on it. Wow, warm up.
It's showtime. Face it straight.
Everyone was playing this.
Yeah, basically.
This is probably one of the last games I tried to learn.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested because the level at the time, no one was telling no one nothing. So I just thought, boy, I'm not gonna waste my entry time with this game. That's kind of one of the things I didn't really like about certain groups. They thought that it was very important that you should keep things to yourself. So certain games just didn't last long. The only people that never behaved like that here was probably Virtual Fighter players. I mean, Tekken, I don't know if Tekken was probably the worst after Street Fighter. They're like the worst stuff. KOF weren't like that, because if you were just playing someone, you were just playing him, and if you wanted to learn how to improve, I'm sure someone in that group will tell you certain things. I don't remember anyone in the KOF block did that. I wouldn't even consider. The thing is, I remember because I wouldn't even consider myself and say, you know, I was good at Virtual Fighter. I just liked it because the people I was surrounded with. No, it was, but I liked the people I was around, and I didn't care. Like I even went to. There was even one 2004, 2003. I even went to Manchester. I wasn't going to win. I wasn't really looking to beat anyone at that game because I wasn't playing it. I just wanted to go because the people there I was surrounded around were blessed. They were blessed people. And they weren't really about themselves.
The community there is like the EDR community is literally dead now in London. Well, in Essex anyway. Because I used to go to some convention, some friends I used to play EDR and stuff. So I was staying 3 days, for instance, and people used to go for up the month, like from like Manchester, some people lived up in Harrisville, some people lived up like just become the South End. The guy who used to run it, he was basically like Mark used to do a lot of games basically. What he used to do is like £5, like you did 4 nights a day or something. But what it was, like after midnight, he used to do something for that. People that lived up up in Manchester had to leave my hotel. What he was saying that you could actually sleep in the arcade, but he said everyone had to be out, so the appointment to literally buy a hotel for the night.
To stay over, to come back tomorrow.
Come back tomorrow. Which is bad, really, because, you know, you kind of feel like you're fucking missing the point.
But yes and no, but don't you think that if you know you're going to this arcade, the first thing you ask yourself is this thing open overnight? Because if it's not open overnight, you already know that you got to spend your money on a hotel. There's no point in people posting the same things. Oh, but we didn't know. The only reason you didn't know is because you didn't do your research. It's like me going to Trocadero tournament in 2004. Did I expect my things to get stolen? No. Did I know that I thought that I could leave a bag there and someone will take my bag with 2 joysticks? No. My Dreamcast got stolen. Yes, my games got stolen. And I thought to myself, the community stinks of shit. You know what I mean? I made it. I was blatant. I was screaming the place down. I felt like smashing the place up. Said someone's gone into my bag and taken my things. Things that I left there for people, things that I shared with the community. I used to go to tournaments. I used to carry my guitar case, and it used to have my Xbox, my chipped Xbox, and my chipped PS2 with 4 joysticks, and I used to carry that to and from tournaments so people could play games. After that, I just didn't come to events anymore, man. I was sick and tired of it. I just said on the forums that I'm doing my things from home, man. I'm not coming to tournaments and people are taking my shit. Man. Fuck all that. Maybe it's just the way I'm just sitting, I don't know. Because I'm sitting in an angle here. I'm trying to do like sweet fireball and it ain't coming out. I'm just thinking, what the fuck, man? I don't know if some of these characters, I'm telling myself, do they have sweet fireball or they really just bust up in this game? Ooh. Oh my god. Not really happy with that. It is, but still not happy with it.
I was going to ask you,
Not happy.
did you see the boxing?
The boxing? Which one?
Was it Pacquiao? Was it Pacquiao?
Pacquiao.
How did that go?
Pacquiao won. Beat Thurman. He beat Thurman up. He gave Thurman a good beating in round 1, man. Round 1 he sorted him out. That's it. Kind of reminded him of who he is. Well, Thurman's got a loss now, so glad.
Go for broke.
Pat, is that you? No, that is you, because I'm not even sure. I mean, chat. Yes, yes. That's how you do it, I remember now. Died when they didn't release Final Tune to the West. Exactly. Virtua Fighter 4 Tune was ridiculously good, and everyone at home could not get access to that game. You'd have to buy a fucking arcade machine to get involved, and it was, what the fuck were they thinking? Like, what were they thinking? The Virtua Fighter 5 come out, and then R come out. R was really good. Then they brought out the what's his name? No, Red was in 5. No, R was Gene. They brought Gene.
Yeah.
Takarashi and Akira and Jackie were just too much. They were too much in that game. So what? They brought him back. They brought him back from 3.
Well, I mean, everyone thinks about music.
Sarah and Pie was the only characters I'm interested in. Hulk, Wolf Hogan.
Found out I could be moving very soon.
Well, you all selling the house?
Huh?
You're not selling the house?
Well, where we live now.
It doesn't matter where you live. Everything, trouble can happen even in the countryside.
I know that's true. I just no, we're moving out.
What happens is that I had a friend who decided, yeah, they're going to leave out of London, go to the countryside. Then what happens when you move to the countryside? Something happens, and you've got no ambulance, you've got no forms of transport. What, when you come down here? Yeah, but you're a great person, man. So. I enjoy killing this game, but he's a bit of a thief. Yeah. Ken. Pat, I'll tell you what, give us a topic, innit? Because guests are here. Guests give a topic, man. I don't even mind. It makes it even better. So does it seem reason as well? I don't want something stupid though. Okay. Nah, but there's some, I'm not saying man's immature in it, but some people come up with some topics like that. You know you can't really chat, but I can hear that Kara Tiger shot. Ah, my. Is that it? Oh, shit. Oh my god. Savages. I used a good majority of that. Actually used it. Only the finest meat survives. Eat the Sinju. Senju. Sarah Hildyard. Shout out for Sarah, yeah. Shout out for Sarah. Only the finest Mika survives. She knows what that means. Yeah, I can't lose, man, because Sarah will kill me. Backside. Oh yeah! Shit, I forgot. Yes, dizzy. Headbutt to headbutt. When that breaks the guard quick, he's safe. Oh man, no, I gotta play her again. Shit, I forgot about that. Absolute animal. Even go for X, you know. Yes.
Face it straight.
Animal. Flexed. She's alright. Headbutts. One more of her, that's me. That's me doing a runner. People use our Mika. Yeah, use everyone, mate. Oh, is that Mish? Oh my fucking god. Hold on. Do you know what? I'm gonna shout out Mish as well, you know. Fuck. Let me get down to the nitty gritty in a minute. Oh fuck. Mish, you need to check your Facebook messages, because I've been playing with Wrestling Super Count, you know. I've been fucking people up with Ryu under your name. People think it's you. Oh shit, missed it. Ah. I'll make a folder. When I'm finished tonight, I'll make a folder and I'll show you what I've done on it. Mish is safe, man. Mish is the Japanese Asian guy that does Wrestling Soup. I stay up when everyone comes round Thursday night, 3, 4 in the morning. We all listen to Wrestling Soup, man, with him and Joey. Fucking hilarious at times. There was one the other night, I nearly fell off my chair. the other Sunday night they had that what's it called, Extreme Rules, and he was talking about it, and everyone else was just sitting there just talking shit, and he just said one quote that killed it, and he said something about Ricky's world got wrecked with one move from Baron Corbin. I just cracked up because it did. He ran up to her and done the end of days on her, innit? And I thought, hang on, since when they're doing intergender shit like that, like he fucked her up. Her face went clean into the mat. I was like, she took it like a bitch, man. They should do a storyline where he just scares the shit out of her for ages. That's what they should do. But they don't. Yeah, but they don't listen. They don't listen to the fans. You see, we're a bunch of fuckwits. We don't know nothing about wrestling. I mean, I've been watching it since 1984. I don't know nothing apparently. Tonight's meant to be good though. It's gonna have like Raw reunion, but
yeah, I heard it's like Hogan's gonna be in it, something like that.
That was such a great opener. Yeah. Oh, get him. Ah, fucked it. Oh, all the old dogs tonight. Let's see if the needle goes off though, because really you should bring all those people back. Austin. Was it you that's posted it on the show the other day? Someone spotted it, said The Rock was at the Performance Center. I was like, why would Sami Zayn go and do that? Crazy guy, man. Surprised they can even afford The Rock to come out, because, well, I don't mind if The Rock shows up, but even with his charisma, man, you can't really flog these horses, you know. No, so you know what? Someone said the other day, it made sense. Trust me, someone said something to me the other day that made bare sense. Like it just clapped into my head. I thought, take The Rock out of the equation and take the 90s out of the equation. Take out. Hang on, let me think. Everyone in the Attitude Era was a character and they could all talk. Think of today, yeah. Name a top tier 10 list, yeah, who is good on the microphone. Because I'm telling you, you can't answer that. No one can answer that. I can think of 4, and that's it. On the microphone that are good. No, today's characters. Who? Reigns? No way. Number one is someone who's losing so much, like you don't believe in it. That's the problem. Samoa Joe. Number 2. No, you don't need to. No. Samoa Joe. Sami Zayn. If he was there, Rusev. Yeah.
Nakamura probably.
No. He doesn't need to talk. He just, when they give him an interview, all he has to say is, I don't speak English. And that's good as. Yeah, me don't speak English, and that'll be fine. I don't even mind him doing that. Because it actually.
Alright, here's a question.
Go on.
Out of the wrestlers that go onto AEW, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, have you seen AEW yet?
Yeah, of course I've watched it. I watched it. The shit knows us who watching it.
What's your views about Dean Ambrose going to AEW?
Dean Ambrose is the best thing it done because it fucking shut WWE's arse down. And it's not just he mugged them off, because on Solar Masters he made it clear. He said the wrestling product is shit, fix it. Yeah, clear as day. Can't tell me like you don't know.
You reckon AEW is going to be bad by WWE by lots of, because obviously WWE is great.
It's not really. Listen, I'm not even going to shit up WWE. I know Mishy's going to think I'm crazy for saying this, but this is an area where people got so much shit. There's so much shit on television and so many things that you can do in your life. WWE can't compete with that. Look at today, yeah? We can't even go to the arcades anymore. It doesn't even exist. You have to sit at home and play your games. And when you sit at home playing your games, you can turn to your right and you're on your PC watching fucking wrestling, gladiators, some next films. You don't even have to go to the cinemas. So your choices are all open at home. Listen, when I watched it the first night, yeah, and Jericho won his match. Did he beat Omega? I think, yeah. And then what's his name? Come down the ring. I was like, oh shit, because that was well quiet. No one knew, and I thought, good. About time, like you gotta keep some secrets, man. something that some companies just don't understand what to do. Because imagine tonight, yeah, you got the Raw reunion. Now let's just say they didn't say Austin turned up. I would have rather not know, because if someone said to you, yeah, tomorrow's night Austin was on Raw, and I was like, oh shit, you're joking, I might have to go back and watch Raw then the needle might go up. But if you're going to tell people, look, in this PJ era these characters are going to come up, what's Austin going to do? He can't stick up his fingers.
Well, you can't do that because it's family oriented.
There's all kinds of shit you can't do anymore, so it's kind of so it's,
I remember the days of the blood in WWE. There's the blood now. There's such thing.
I don't care about
There's blood in AEW.
Oh shit, I'm trying to think. It's like that.
I need to watch more New Japan though, to be honest.
Who did I pick? I don't know I picked. I wasn't even looking, I was typing, and then boom. Yeah, they do that in order to get as many people to watch live. But even Mish, even they're saying Austin's coming home tonight, don't mean jack shit to me. He might not even do anything. He might not even give anyone a stunner. I don't know what he's doing. Let me practice. Let me show you some fucked up shit. How many are you allowed to pick from WWE? Or can it be anywhere? As many as you want. Dude, Bear of them would leave if they had the chance. Some of them are shit anyway. They don't deserve to go. Oh, he's on a 5-year deal, man. He's fucked. Yeah. Some of them. Alright, what? 5 men, 5 women? No, actually, no. Let's balance it. Say 7 guys and 3 women. I'm not putting 5 on 5 because that's not balanced. It's not the women's soccer Antifas, you know what I mean? 3 women.
Charlotte Flair.
No. I would pick. No, honestly, I'll pick 3 shit women to make them good at AEW. What's the point in picking the best and moving them shuffle to the best? There's no point doing that. That makes no sense. Pick someone like Dana Brooke.
Yeah. What do you reckon of this Lacey Evans? Because I've not seen much of her, man.
Do you know what? When she was on NXT, she was kind of brass. And her microphone skills were okay. I'm going to say they're okay. When she came to in the WWE roster, they just automatically assumed her from the bottom and pushed her right to #1 contender. Like, she didn't beat anybody. She didn't beat anybody. But she's got, from what I remember, she's in the Navy or the US Army or something like that. So she's pretty clued up, like highly. So really, she shouldn't be a heel. For starters, she shouldn't be a heel as fuck. Because you can't use her background. Like, yeah, she's got a great background, as Mish says. You can't use her background. You can't sit there and prop up, because if you said, oh, here's a vignette of her, and they say to you, this is a video of Lacey Evans, and she's a heel, but you've seen her in the US Navy, killing mans or whatever, or catching people, US forces, that doesn't make no sense. I think so. I think something about that. Someone was injured in the desert, and she ran in and like, properly saved them. Something like that. Someone's life. That's what I heard. Something like that. I mean, she's decent. I'll give her a reason why she's decent here, because when she had her match, she did this thing on the rope where she jumped upside, turned around, jumped on the ropes, and flipped off. In look-wise, it's pretty dangerous, because some of the guys, they do it wrong, like The Miz. He does this thing where he jumps on the ropes and trips all the time, man. But she had to have practiced it enough times.
Bearing in mind, The Miz is, I wouldn't say he's rim rusty, but obviously he's been in the business for God knows how long. Though.
Who?
How long The Miz?
The Miz? Yeah. No, The Miz isn't safety, mate. I'm telling you. And only certain people, I think even Mish will know this. If you're a guy who doesn't move off the ropes here, you try to, and the Miz is meant to catch you, you'll see what I'm talking about. I've seen this thing where he doesn't really want to catch people, and he doesn't do suplexes properly. He tries to do it, that it doesn't hurt him, but it hurts them. He does things to save for his safety, not for their safety. You think I'm mad when I'm saying it, but you have to watch it in depth here. When you watch people do moves, watch in depth how he does certain things. Because when he does his final finale, watch how he does it, and you'll see he's like, they love The Miz. He's only had 1 injury in 10 years. Yeah, he's injury free, man. Because you only.
But obviously, who's the most injured wrestler of all times? Would you say that? I mean, Randy Orton gets injured quite a lot.
That's Randy Orton. Do you know what I want to do? I want to fuck someone up on. No, I want to do some freezes, innit? But yeah, it's arcade only. Ooh, shit. I haven't got a credit. Oh, fuck. How double credits? Finn is pretty bad, yeah, he gets mash up. He won the Universal title and they had to drop it the next night, innit?
Was he facing Nakamura?
Nakamura raped him. Wrecked his life already. And then what's his name come out? Oh, that's why I can't do it. Oh, you have to put credits on for me.
Oh, right.
I've got no credit button. Hold on. Oh, fuck this. No, come out of this. I can't play. This is the wrong stick. Bloody hell, man. Fuck about that. Hold on. How can I do it here? No, I can't. How can you not set up credits on this damn thing?
I've always wanted to get this game, man, but to be honest with you, I don't think many people play it much online, to be honest with you. Is everyone still playing 5?
People can play any CSC. Look, start would have to be. It won't let me do it. There you go. Easy. Give me the other pad a minute. That's gonna do some fuckery. I'm gonna do some bullshit. Oh no, if I can still pull it off. I'm sure I can still do it. Fucking hell. He's scared. Don't do it properly. Come on, man. Kick him out. This is one of the easiest things I used to do. There you go, see? That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, I can't do that anymore. You're mad. Wait. Nah, there's one where you can shut the game down as well. You have to do triple move, you can flick it up. And the screen will just go, yeah, it just cracked. Listen, when we used to do in the arcade, yeah, there were some stories in the arcade. Because you could tell the guy, like, listen, the game's fucked, innit? It's gone, it's crashed. How much did you put in? £1. And they give you all your credits back.
Yes, you say that actually. Silver, the Euro Silver Dollar was kind of, we used to play the Euro first.
Do this, it won't come out.
We used to play May League. And then there was a bit of May League where you could actually crash the game.
Fuck this game.
Brings back some memories,
I know I want to do. I like just busting games up for free. It's alright, it's fun. But yeah, I wanna. Can I still? Oh, you can do it. So once you do it once, it's there for permanent. Good. Alright, do you know what? I just want to beat up 3 characters and just put it on the bonus stage and crash the stage out. Oh, the 3 girls. Dana Brooke. I'm trying to think who's underrated.
Maria Canales.
No. Nah, man, because she's been in it too long and she hasn't done anything. Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan, I like her. Her character, she's the only... Her character is non-existent, but she has a good character. That's the saddest thing. You can't... Ember Moon. Miss, she's too good, man. She's too good. She may as well just stay where she is. The problem is she only just got an opportunity now for a title shot. Just now.
All that shit about Sasha Banks goes where you don't, it's not gonna happen, man.
Sasha Banks whines too much, man. It's because Joey didn't fuck her. Joey Numbers didn't fuck the life out of it. Yeah, Rhea Ripley's another one. Ripley, Killer Kelly, Jazzy Gerbert, Liv Morgan,
Who's the one,
Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross can't.
Cross, yeah, but-
Nikki Cross, the roster on Raw is so thin, you can't do jack shit to it. You see, they killed themselves. That was their own fault. Good. The Iconics. Do you know what? I'll tell you what, right? If the Iconics went to AEW, they would team up with what's her name? Oh fuck, I forgot her name. The one who plays the librarian.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking of Britt Baker.
Blue Pants.
Blue Pants.
Blue Pants. If they teamed up with her, or Emma was there, they could have made Team Australia or something like that. That would make sense.
No, there's a woman from New Zealand that was on there on that Fight for the Fallen show. She looks pretty good.
I don't know about that.
Round one. Fight.
I didn't watch that one. I didn't watch it.
That was
Ah,
You win. Perfect.
yeah, crash up.
If I have a choice of like men going in, I can give you one top of my head. No,
Hmm?
for my
You
what I
win.
would say for like
Perfect.
go from SmackDown and people go from Raw to AEW, I give you my three. So for me,
Pick 6. So okay, alright. Pick 3 from Raw
that's what I'm doing.
and pick 3 from SmackDown, and then
Okay, Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler. Now go on. I'm listening. That's another guy. He's been there 10 years, man. He ain't done shit for himself. And anyway, he deserves to get that. He deserves where he is anyway. It's his own fault. Because if he didn't do that shit at Comic Con, there you go. Done it. I'm straight go. He's there.
I mean, AJ Styles would be interested in AEW, but I don't think he'll go for AEW with serious persona. Sami Zayn for Raw, I reckon.
Oh, fucked up. Fucked up again. And again. Oh my lord, come on. Why did it work the first time and then... Who? For the money. But they're not paying the most amount of money. I don't think they got Khan, didn't they? I don't know.
Yeah, they've got the Fulham owner. So. But yeah, so.
No, bruv, you don't. This is the thing, right? Is where a lot of people they're getting gassed in it when they see AEW, because do you really see that guy might not even been it for a long run? He might just look at it and think, oh, this is just something. This would be. Do you know what? He could just look at it and say, this is for fun. I just want to mess with Vince McMahon and just run out his money, because Vince McMahon's running his own money out anyway with his XFL. So. That's some fucked up shit. Yeah, I'm just messing about, and just winding this game up a bit. I've got to give me some of them links, man. When I used them, back in the day, I made some accounts in it that I could play in peace and quiet. So I made Get in the Corner, Wrestling Sloop, Suplex City Limits.
That's all that Jamie Paul stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Jamie's one. And then each one had just a character I'd use in it. So I'll just see like out of 100 I'll do. Because like when I used Suplex City Limits, I think I did like 98 and 2. Then I did Get in the Corner, and I think that's on the 40 and 0. Wrestling Suit, well, I lost some bad ones right at the start, because right out the gate, I played it in casual, and like there's top players hiding in casual right at the very bottom of the table, and I thought, what the hell's going on here? I knew who it was straight away. Like I knew it was someone who sag out I know, and I messaged him and I said to him like, what are you doing playing at the lowest rank at rookie level against people And it's like, oh, well, I practice here every day. And I was like, oh, so that's why people disappear.
Perfect.
But you're just beating up people who don't know what they're doing. I'm not doing that. I'm going in
That's
ranked.
harsh, really.
I'm going in high ranked with a ranked account.
But you know why they're probably doing this? So you get more stamina points and stuff like that.
But there's enough money in that game to do what you want. The last thing you need to be doing is like killing people's repertoire of saying, yeah, I want to play this game. This is why people have multiple accounts doing all kinds of things. I don't use it for that. If I used it for that, then I'd just put them all on Ryu and just get in the top 100, and that wouldn't be done anyway. It's not doable.
I mean, who would you say are the best? Are they the UK scene of Street Fighter? Who would you say? Obviously, you were saying about Chankos, weren't you? I mean, is he one of the best Street Fighter players? Would you say for the UK? Would you say that?
Best Street Fighter players for the UK. No particular order. I'd put. I'm going to take my name out of the equation because I don't want to think I'm blown off my head and saying I'm really good or anything like that. But if I take my name out of the equation, then I'm going to put IMX Richard, Damien, Joseph Zaza.
I've heard of Joseph Zaza.
Shit, man, it's hard to decide. There's too many. Ryan Hart, obviously. Hold on, what's that? I never asked, but do you get into the Street Fighter canon, like the books and mics, etc.? I do have them. Do you mean the Adon books? The Adon books, the ones that I think he's on about, the Adon books, the ones where you tie up the story. Because this guy made some Adon books, and evil Ryu was not evil, and no, Ryu was evil. Then they find out that when he blew up Sagat's chest, it was by accident, and Sagat was really the hero.
Oh, the Angry Scar type.
Yeah, they changed all the reasons, innit? They changed a lot of things. Yeah, those and IDW. I got loads of them. I could take a photo of them one day and I'll put them up on the forum so you can have a look.
They go for a lot of money.
If you have the entire thing, it could go for 5 digits plus, probably 6. So, and if you got the original ones, where they had there was one where Guile and Sagat was in a cage. Ryu used to practice in a garden with Chun-Li. Those, the original, I can't remember what they're called, but I've got them. I do have them because I bought them in the early 90s. But the problem was when I got them, when I was going out with someone, we all signed our names on one of the pages, and we scribbled. Yeah, everyone got a red pen or a green pen, and they scribbled.
Did you use the cost?
Nah, I didn't care about my comics like that. My comics are worth a lot of money now.
But look at Marvel comics. Marvel comics like Spider-Man comics go for dumb money these days.
I mean, I got my original Batmans. I got the original Robins from the beginning. I got Moon Knight 1952. I got X-Men 1 to 50. I got shit tons of them. But
I mean, if you have a chance, you consider selling them.
If the price was right, I'd sell them. I mean, there's celebrities I've spoken to who are interested, and they're giving me a massive figure. One of them, I spoke to him on the phone, right? And when I told him what I had, he was like, I think, you're probably bullshitting. So I told him, come in, get a day off, come round, and I'll lay them all out in front of you. And then when I laid them out, he said, I've never seen anyone with them before. He thought, because no one's never seen, the Robin series, when he teams up with Batman, and he fights this guy who's blind, and he's only got his ear, called Terrence. And he puts glass all over the floor in his building where he's after the drug dealers and that. And he knows where Robin is in the room. And he's got pillars. There's 50 pillars in the room. And there's glass everywhere. And he knows exactly where he is. And Robin's got a stick like Donatello. But he's cut 5 holes in it. He's cut holes in it so it plays music. So Terrence can't tell where he is. And he has to throw the stick in a certain place to put him off guard. To smash him through the window. And
there was the Batman versus the Turtle comics as well. Which they're very hard to find. But there's about 50 episodes where the Batman and the Turtles did stuff.
Yeah, it was. They stopped. There was this. Oh shit! I forgot. I think it was Writer's Block. Right. Writer's Block came out and they stopped it at a critical point where I think it was 38 or 39. And then when it came back to 40, 41, it was blank episodes. It was meant to be something like 37 pages, and it was only 16. Something terribly went wrong, and the value just decreased. It was bad. It was so bad because I remember was X-Men. They split up all the X-Men comics. There was Jubilee and Wolverine, Gambit and Rogue, Archangel, Daredevil, Storm and X-Factor was with Bishop, Cyclops was with Jean, and then there was 2 others, and they just merged them all in different groups of 2s and 3s, and they fucked them up, and then some of them were just getting killed left, right and centre, and it just never worked. It never worked. Back then, it used to be like 300, 400,000 comics would sell. Now, when the comics come out, there's only like 1,600, 1,900 comics will come out. So they're not, I don't consider them as rare. It's just that the company doesn't, the fans are not into it.
Remember, there's like so many comedy.
No, it's not that. It's just you can buy comics, but the comic fans are just dying because the majority can go on the net and read them for free. They don't really, maybe they don't want to collect them and move on. It's like I said, like wrestling. Ever since the WCW days, everyone has moved on to bigger and better things that are going on.
Sure.
I remember when I used to watch WCW, we used to watch it at Carol's dad's house. WCW was upstairs on the top floor, and WWE was on the bottom floor in the mum's kitchen. So you only had a choice to watch one or the other, and everyone was running up and down.
Nitro, and then you had
Yeah, one was like 30 minutes first. I think WCW was 30 minutes faster ahead of time than WWE. But most of the time we were watching WCW. I think
I actually prefer WCW regardless. Man. I thought it was they had the better wrestlers.
My face.
Sting and all that. I think Ric Flair was at WCW for some time.
My face dropped when Hogan went heel. I couldn't. We sat there. I think it was Bash at the Beach, and I couldn't believe it. They said like he moved him out of the way. Something gave it away though, because Bobby Heenan said something that gave. Is he the third man? And I thought, what? No, there's no. Everyone looked at each other.
Was it Kevin Nash and Scott Hall?
Yeah. Kyle was sitting there. We were watching it. There was bare of us watching it. He looked at us like, what's he talking about? Hogan's the third man. Hogan would never defect. Everyone just looking at each other, just laughing. And then he pushed the referee out of the way and done the leg drop on Savage, and we just looked at each other like, I swear bare food and drink just fell on the floor like, hang on, did we just see what I just... And then I saw bare things getting rung in there, and he couldn't call this the New World Order. I thought, oh my God, what did he just... And he said that he threw his career down the drain, and then next week they all came out in black shirts, NWO, this another character, X-Pac, Scott Norton, I love the guy. Play him on fucking, what's it called?
What, Thunder?
No, not Thunder. WCW WCW Mercy. Listen, Jamie Paul knows.
Oh, on the NES.
N64. Jamie Paul knows what I'm talking about. Just pick Scott Norton, do his backbreaker, and do 2 shoulder breakers, and you're dead. You're done. He's the strongest character in that game. But WCW was.
Was it the Aki engine, wasn't it? Because was it Aki, the Japanese game company, did all the wrestling games? I think they did the Raw one as well, didn't they? So.
They did a shit ton, but that game, No Mercy, was fucked up. If the system was just, it was on point. It's just that some of the characters, they were overkill, man. They were just killers.
Ben Moore was in that, wasn't he?
No, he's in Thunder. In Thunder, Kimberly was the best character. That's what was fucked.
Oh yeah.
Do the cheat with Diamond Dallas Page, and she was WCW. And if you press square, you could change her to the Flock. WCW red or black. Put her as red, and her damage was double for some reason. I don't know what.
What was her moveset?
Diamond Dallas Page.
Oh, Diamond Cutter, basically.
But if you did the elbow tie up, you hold up and press circle rapidly, and you lose half a bar. And if you did it again, just press it 5 times and then press up and square. She just did a diamond cutter, and you were done. You were done in like 20 seconds. Like no one was better than her. I don't know why I don't know. Maybe it was just an error.
There was loads of characters. I remember playing Mayhem with my brother. Mayhem, we used to play Mayhem for ages.
I still prefer WrestleFest. I can record so many. I could record hundreds of them, and I'd never get bored. That was one of the reasons. That SmackDown 1, SmackDown 2, 2K14, 2K13, WrestleFest.
Did you ever play any of the Fire Pro wrestling games?
Fire Pro's good, but you see the problem with Fire Pro. No, I'm trying to think how to explain it because. See, I don't want to shit on the game. I don't want to shit on players that play it. Fire Pro Wrestling has a broken entry level how to get into the game. It's a broken level because there's so many characters. You haven't got... In this day today, do I play it? Yeah.
I play it as well.
I'll play it, but the problem with the game is there's no one to play it with. If I sat down and said to myself, look,
What,
I've got,
do you have it on PS4?
I have it on PC.
We should
But me, Donna, and a couple of others, yeah, we made like 300 characters in it. There's
But bear in mind,
skanks.
there's a website where you could download the
Yeah, you can download. You can download bare. There's like 330 characters were made.
There's a problem I don't like. What do you think of auto grapple in it?
It's fine. It balances it out. It balances. This is what I'm saying to you. The entry level, there is an entry level where the game is designed for you to be lazy. You can play like auto grapple and you can be lazy, so your moves are in half. Or you can enhance your character to the point like Rumble Roses. Rumble Roses on the Xbox. You can enhance your characters to the point where you have one weak spot. So if they kick you in your legs and you break your leg, then they put you in a submission. You're done for. If you're too strong in your body and your head is weak and they pile drive you, you ain't getting up because your neck is broken. That's it, done. With Fire Pro, like I said, like there's some characters, the entry level's so high for them. And some people just think, well, if I play automatic and lazy, it'll get you somewhere. It won't get you anywhere at all. Your ass will get totaled. Trust me. I sat there with one of my friends, and he sat there with pen and paper, and I mean, he went in depth for hours, man, saying, oh, how you can tune this character, how you can tune that character, and then we put all the characters, merged them into 2 profiles, and he had nearly 600 characters made. He said he sits there with 6 friends. He's got a gathering. He gathers with, and that's all they do. They design all the characters, give them like 50 moves each, and just say, like, we tweak and balance it out until it's fair. So then when someone comes round, he goes, you've got a glass, and you've got a number from 1 to 15 in that glass. And when you pluck it out, yeah, so if you pick out number 15, you can only move the joystick 15 times to pick a character. That's it. That's all you can do. And then otherwise, you can pick random select. It's up to you. But that's how we used to play King of Fighters, the same thing. And you sit there, and I was watching them, and I thought, yeah, this is kind of interesting, because and it's a group of people that genuinely want to play. They're like, yeah, we play on a Friday and a Saturday, and I thought, well, I can't really have my Fridays free up like that, because, say for example, like if I'm playing in a tournament on Wednesday, soon as I come home, I'm resting. If I go out on a Thursday night and I come back, everyone's here watching Wrestling Soup. So when Friday morning comes, Street Fighter Tasks have just started on PlayStation 4. When you do that, half your afternoon is tired. You're tired. You've done like 2 days, 2.5 days I haven't slept. I can't get up Friday night and go out and play wrestling games going into Saturday night. I can't do. That's 5 days in a row they'd be expecting.
There was that Dreamcast wrestling game.
Giant Gram.
Yeah.
Giant Gram 2000.
Yeah. Giant Gram.
I got that.
Yeah. Was it the one where you could play Wolf and Jeffrey on that?
Yeah, Virtual Fighter characters were in it.
Yeah.
Patrick would know. If Patrick's there, Patrick would know about that.
Yeah.
That was good. Wrestling games, they were good, man, but yeah, like I said, some of them have entry level issues. Like on the Xbox 360, 2K17, 2K14 were the best games because
people talk about Day of Reckoning, but that was on the GameCube, wasn't it? I believe, and
on the game.
I heard it was alright.
It was alright.
Yeah.
I did. I think Danny. I remember Danny having it, and some of the girl characters. They were on. The thing was, some of the girl characters were actually on par. They could beat a couple guys. If you were good at parries, then yeah, anyone could beat anyone. Because Stacey Kleber was a thief. I remember she was a thief. She was a thief in that game, and it was man. I don't know. I'd have to go in my bedroom one day and have a look, pull out every wrestling game, and just go through them and really what is in depth. Because there's some in depth bastard games.
I remember Metal Jesus' channel. He was talking about all wrestling games.
Oh, I can't stand that guy, man.
And
no, I don't like that channel, man. That channel is disgusting. Because they sit there and they say things like, oh, but this game, we haven't played this game since we were a kid, and the value's gone up. And it hasn't gone up. Why would you go and tell people? And then all of a sudden, this game is like $500, $600, $700, $800 English pound. It's fucking nonsense, man.
But he was going on about this SNES one, where he was a guy called Star.
Ringside Angels. No, Ringside Angels is on the Mega Drive. Saturday Night Slam Masters on the SNES. That was good. That's pretty. I should do an episode with that.
You had Hagar was on that one.
Let me see if I can do this. One credit.
You know what? I think I lost I think I got the second one.
Yeah. That's it. Oi! Come. If it comes out, oh, it does come out. Good. We're in good condition. If it comes out, that's fine. This is where the girls don't like this, you know, because they can't do it. But do you know how many people can't pull dragon punches off in this game? It's not what you think it is. Not a secret. You gotta have it. You gotta do it as a small circle, but you gotta have it in a diagonal, like dead on the spot. If you miss it, you'll see it just nothing happens. It's auto framed. It's an auto framed dragon punch.
So how do you like fight them?
I don't even do it, man, because they don't come out accurately. I just do dragon punch all the way. One night I left Donna just playing this on her own, yeah, and she was screwing. Throw a stick at the wall. She's like, I couldn't get one. She played it for 60 minutes. She couldn't do one dragon punch. She's like, how the fuck do you do it? How the fuck do you do it? It won't come out. Yeah, this game is crooked. It's crooked to get moves up. What strength, but there's things in there like you sail over the world. There's Mish under that mask, you know. Oh, actually, do you know what? I can keep him right there. No, let's keep him there. Right, what are you doing? You're not meant to do that. Hey, fuck. Look at the damage. Yeah, he'll stay like that. Once he's losing, that's it, he'll stay like that. He ain't doing shit. Let the time run. Watch. I'm gonna drag him through it. Blah! Frame dragon, boy. Clean. I'm sweating my balls off in a gas station playing this when I'm supposed to do homework. Oh, shit. Mish, I got bare stories, mate. I'm telling you. Quit college to win tournaments on Street Fighter 2. Do you know what? And I don't even regret a fucking thing. Yeah. Listen, I remember the stories my mum used to tell me, you know. I used to tell people, innit? Because there's 7 of us back in the day. And then when it was Christmas, my mum said, you can have the Sega Mega Drive, but just bear in mind, no one else is getting nothing for Christmas, innit? That was, yeah, because she did 3 jobs. She did 3 jobs, and she sacrificed everything, yeah. So I got what I wanted, and everyone else got nothing. So she made it clear. She said, if you go to these tournaments, you better win, because if you don't, you ain't got a home to come to. That's what she said. That's as simple as, no, seriously. So when I came second at Trocadero, I was like, I didn't come home, innit? I didn't come home for about a couple of days. I stayed at Ansel's house. And then when I won, I came home with like 100, 120 pounds. I said I won, and she didn't say that. I said, well, you can have the money. That was the rules. My dad used to lash me, mate. My dad used to lash me if I lost. That's why you see, like, I'm very effusive when it comes to playing games. I don't want to talk anything horrible about my dad. Like, you know, my dad's a cunt, mate. Fuck him anyway. You know what I mean? But when I used to tell people them kind of stories, I said to them, when you play car games, if that car was outrunning me, that was my dad. When I'm in the lead and the car's chasing me down, that's my dad. No, just pressure. Nothing but pressure. And that's how I've lived my whole life. Even at 43, can't get rid of it. That's how I live. That's how I train everyone else. I train everyone the same way. Not like that kind of abuse though. Even if I was playing in a tournament with someone and I lost, I have to tell myself, why did I lose this? What was the reason why I lost this game? I even did it on, what's it called? Get in the corner with Yuck Nasty. I told him them stories. I said to him, like, you know, there was one night where I lost one of the tournaments at Trocadero and I had to walk home for 3 hours because I lost my money. Walked all the way home with Ansel. Seriously, you should. If you saw my face, I was fucking angry. I said to myself, never am I losing games like this again. And there was one where one Japanese guy came into the arcade and he beat me like 20 times in aces. Never seen a guy before. And I was angry with everyone, yeah. I said to you lot, like, look, everyone's coming to my house, yeah. I'm playing for 3 months at my house and I ain't going out nowhere, yeah. And then when I came back, I fucked his ass up and he never beat me again. I used to be like that when I first met Del. Me and Del were tight, man. When Kai used to beat everyone at aces, I used to fuck him up. And when I fucked him up, Kai was all cocky, like, yeah, man, I'm going to play Tekken 2. And then Del came out of nowhere, came to the arcade and fucked him up with King. I was like, who is this guy? Like, what's he doing? Like, where did this guy come from? And then he was like, oh, you know, I just live around the corner. Actually, where my mum's house is, yeah, when you take a right, I'll go up the hill, that's where Del lived. And he was like, I just live on the hill, because we weren't allowed to cross the road back then and all that kind of shit. How old was I? 11.
So when did you start being professional?
Playing as a pro. 12. The pressure was hard. Pressure was horrible, man. Bear in mind, I had my, well, I don't want to say that, but bear in mind, I had my son early, so, because I had 4 jobs. I had 4 jobs at 14. You had to have money. This is where some things you were telling people. That you got to have money to go out and play games in the arcade. You had to practice moves. You had to practice. You had to get better. You had to put money into play people. You know what I mean? If I ran out of money, I had to go to another job, make some money. Come out at the end of the day, I've got plenty of money to play with. Go back to the arcade, play again. The arcade, Stratford, Rugby Tums. There was loads of arcades, man. Yeah, of course there were. Some arcades you only had it wasn't 6 buttons. Some were 3 buttons. Some just had light punch, hard kick. No, light punch, light kick, hard kick, I think. There was a couple. Then there was Neo Geo games. They only had 3 buttons, not all 4. The Art of Fighting, they didn't have the D button where you had taunt. Hold on, let me just read what Mish wrote. Haha, my dad used to lash me when he caught me spending quarters on games. Nah, man. My dad used to lash me. Fucking, I was like semi-pro at pool, snooker. And he used to take bets. He used to go to Manor Park and take bets, innit? And let me pause this. Fuck this. So I'll explain. So basically, him making his money at certain gambling, he would use me to play.
Right.
And he gave me a table that I would play at home. So I would practice something like 6 to 9 hours a day. I would have to do breaks over 100 at the age of 12, 13. And it was like, it was relentful because, you know, I used to sit there and study it like hard. I could still do it now without even trying. Not in a bragging way. But, yeah, so then at night time, it would be like, yeah, we're going out. So he was like, you better win. Make sure you win, innit? And he would put like 300, 400, 500 pound on the table. Does anyone want to play? Anyone want to play for money? You know, to him, it was like, I don't know, I think it was like ×4, the ×5. So he'd win a shit ton. It was like 2,000, 3,000 a night. And then he'd be like, okay, I'll take you to the shops. I'll allow you to get what you want. That's how it was. So it was like, so when I looked in the game store, I looked at the Neo Geo and he saw the price and he's like, you're out of your mind, didn't you? And I said, but what if I win tomorrow or the day after? And then this is where the problem began.
So how much was a Neo Geo back then?
Neo Geo was about 500, no games. So so exactly. So the console was 500 with 2 sticks. Then King of Fighters 94 was something like 250. So basically it was like me saying to my dad, can I have 750 quid? So one of the deal was, you need to win something like 5 or 6 days in a row, which would have guaranteed him about 10 grand. So if I won him 10 grand, I was given £1,000 myself. So I was allowed 10% of the money. And he wouldn't question me what I did with it. He just said, I ain't going to question you about what you do. You can have what you want on the condition that you win. But if you lose, you're in deep shit. Yeah, I got fuck all. I used to get in trouble because if I was in trouble at school and I was late, I would have got beat up because I had to come home. I finished school finished at 3 and I had to get home by 4. Sometimes I'd have to run home because if the traffic was bad, he'd be waiting for me. Hold on, let me finish. He'd had to go home to meet me at the snooker hall at 4 o'clock. He'd be sitting there waiting because he's already paid for it. The place would be paid. The back room was paid for me to use. And some people will just come in there, it's him. You know, they will be waiting for me to come. Still got the queues and that. Queues over there. Okay. Hidden. And, yeah, those days were deep, man. They were savage days. I would never put anyone through things like that again. It was very horrible because I had to just grow up that kind of shit. And then there was days when I lost and like he whacked the queue over my head, man. That's how I got that scar, innit? That's how I had that scar on the back of my head. So when like I used to date, I don't know, I was dating then. I think that, no, not Natasha. I think it was Carol. When I was dating Carol, she used to, you know, like when girls come behind you and they used to cuddle you now. And I told her, like, don't touch me like that, innit? Because they used to get the cue and smash it over your head. And smash your back up and smash your leg and things like that. It used to hurt, man. You never forget them things. So when someone's coming behind you trying to touch you, that's why I tell girls, like, don't touch me like that, you know.
So
I don't mean no. I don't like people touching me.
Right.
I just don't like them touching me because it just reminds me. You know? What's that? It's supposed to be fun. Mish, I'll tell you what it is, yeah. With me, I'm a very competitive guy, but I'm competitive for the right reasons, why I want to win. But when I lose, I feel like I let myself down because I feel like my dad is still there hovering over me, wondering why I lost. And I tell myself, like, I don't want to put pressure on my friends and things like that. Like, sometimes I beat my friends like 5-0, 10-0. I don't want to make errors. It's not even like when you make errors, it's like, oh, but I beat you and all that kind of shit. I'm not even into that. Just, it's hard to explain, man. I'm designed to win. I'm just designed not to fucking allow it.
My question is, how come you've never like gone into like proper high stake tournaments and games like Evo? And...
Doesn't interest me. That's not what I play games for.
Right. Okay.
I know a lot of people say that. I've won a lot of money. I have a lot of money. I have money. I have things. You know what I mean? Like PT, I get it. You got PTSD from your dad, bruv. I'm just a guy who's refusive. That I don't know how to explain it in the right word. Mind and machine is one. I'll just say it like that. There's one part of me that's angry inside when I play my games. But you will never see me in that state because I'm not around. No, because my dad's not around to see that kind of stuff. But when there's things that I do on my own when you lot are not here, there's things that I watch that remind me of that. But I don't ever want to remind myself in front of you lot. Because you lot have done nothing wrong to see that. You get me? When I see my dad a couple of years ago, man. I didn't see him for like 20 years. And it was kind of heartbreaking when I see him. Because he disappeared. Just left my mum. Didn't say fuck all. And it was really sad because I think I was 13. He come out the window, looked at the front door, and I said to myself, do you know what? I looked at the stars and I said, one day my dad will come home. I used to say that every year, every fucking year I said that. When I got my own house, I looked at the stars and I said to myself, do you know what? Fuck it, man. I can't even be bothered anymore. That next year he came back. He came back next year and then, so what am I, 43. So he came back when I was 38. I went to dinner with him.
I think I remember.
Yeah, I told you this. Yeah, Donna never met him. And some others met him and they were like, hang on, Kai was like, hang on, your dad's here. I haven't seen your dad since we were kids. I was like, bruv, I didn't even know he was still here. Didn't know where the fuck he's been. Where the fuck has he been for 25 years? Got nothing.
Live in this country, does he?
Nah. Listen, I'll explain to you. Then he took me for dinner. He said, like, son, I've got things I need to explain and shit like that. I brought him here. I showed him what I've been doing and stuff like that. And I said to him, I cussed him. Right out of the gate, I cussed him. I said, you know, you left me with no skills. I used to sit in your garage. And I used to sit there and watch you make televisions and repair them for people on the street. And I'd sit there in a stall watching you. And what did you do? Make me sit there indoors while you were working, playing pool, playing snooker on my own. No friends. I had no friends allowed in the house. If I was to go outside, it was only until it was 9 o'clock. And I was only allowed out for 30 minutes. Because 9:30, it was just like, it was time for bed as far as he was concerned. So I didn't have a chance to make any friends. Like I said, Kai lived next door and Donna lived across the road. They were the only two friends I had to that point. I couldn't go out anywhere. And if I came home early, I could probably see them outside like fucking 2:45 in the afternoon. But my dad would come home at 3 and then he'd pick me up and take me to the snooker hall. I never really used to tell them what was going on or where I used to go. I just said, yeah, I'm going off to my mum's, you know. I was only until like I was in my mid-20s I opened up and told people like, yeah man, this is how, like I think one day we did one of these like off the cuff recordings and they asked me like, you know, what did you do, what was your method of training games? So I told her like my dad used to hurt me to the point that I didn't want to lose, and she thought it was pretty sad. She's like, I don't understand like how you can still go on like that 20 something years, 30 something years later. The day that I retire, it will have to be a good reason why I'll stop playing games. There has to be a valid reason for me to lose.
But eventually you're going to stop it.
Well, eventually I have to stop. But then when I stop, it'll be like my dad won.
Yeah.
You see?
Sad, man.
It's not sad. That's just how it is to me. Like, if I lose, there's going to be a point where I'm going to play somebody where somebody could do that. They could do that to me. Like I could lose 10-0, I could lose 15-0, I could lose 20-0. No one's done that apart from one person, and that's Derek. Derek did that when I was young, and then when I did it back, I started practicing. 100-0, and everyone was all like, yeah, Jericho lost big games, ah! And then I used to practice hard. I just stayed at home and didn't come out for a couple of months. And then I went round Dell's, and then it was 60-40, then it was 50-50, then it was 70-30, then it was 80-20, and then there was days where Dell never won for a month. Then Dell said, fuck it, I'm not playing no more, I'm going to play Call of Duty. So I secretly play Call of Duty. I never told none of them. I used to sit here at my mum's on the Xbox 360, and I used to play Call of Duty, and I used to smash them up.
I used to play Call of Duty with you and Jamie when Jamie Curry was around.
Yeah.
I used to invite you to play Call of Duty with us.
Yeah, I used to secretly play.
Black Ops, wasn't it?
Nah, Modern 4. I used to secretly play and never tell them, and I had a different account. This is what I was telling Yuck Nasty. I said to him, I had 10 accounts. I had different accounts, because if I use my main account, no one will play me. If I told them that I had Call of Duty on my main account, they'd be like, what? Since when did you have that? One night, where they had Jules Holland. It was New Year's Eve, and Jules Holland plays live the music in it. And then Dell stayed over, and I said to him, let's put on Call of Duty, we'll play doubles. And he was like, what? What do you mean Call of Duty? Come, let's play. And I was getting like 50 and 3, and he was like, what? You've been playing Call of Duty all this time? I said, that's my main account. He went, hang on, I've added you and spoken to you. Yeah. Why did you say it was you, bruv? Because if I played and told you that, you wouldn't have played me from the beginning. He was like, nah, that boggles me. And I was like, bruv, it doesn't boggle. There's nothing boggling about it. There's nothing boggling about it. I didn't use snipers or nothing on him. I was a guy that used to run in and just kill him on, what was it, Commando Pro, Knife Pro, Falling Pro. And they were like, they never see someone running around, sidestepping people and killing them with knife and gun. It was unheard of back then. But I just said to him, I tried bare methods. But if I was sticking with them lot, and we had, say, 3 or 4 consoles all tied up together, and we all sat here and played, no one would be trying no methods. There was no methods to try it. That's why I had to try my own things. That's what I do, though, when no one's here. I just try my own things and play.
Is that because you play a lot of Rainbow Six as well, don't you?
Yeah, Rainbow Six Siege is my main game.
Yeah.
That's refused. That's a refusive game, because it's a one-hit dead game, and and the thing is,
it's like with PUBG and all that. PUBG's another game like that. If you ever consider playing PUBG.
nah, it's not on par with Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six is like it's like real life chess, and it's real life situations, because I think there's 50 characters now, so there's 25 on each side, and each character has a counter picker that you can't deal with. It's like saying, alright, for Mish, I have to try and explain this for Mish. If this house has got a hostage in it, and there's 12 characters in this house, yeah, and on the opposition team that comes in to break into this house, if you haven't got a character like IQ can't see through the walls, but Ella has got grommet mines. So you can't. So IQ is the only character in your team that can see the mines through the wall. So if you've lost IQ already, your team is basically fucked. The best thing I like about the game is, oops, what did I just do? The best thing about the game is 3 minutes, or it's 2 minutes 30. It depends on the stage and depends on the mode that you play. It can only be 3 to 2 minutes a game. It has to end in 2 minutes. So it's a rush down game. You can't just, I'm going to take 20 minutes and get 65 kills. This is a 2 minute. Yeah, you got 2 minutes. You got a minute to get your drone, to go in the house, search everyone, and do whatever you can without getting your drone blown up. Go in there and do whatever your whatnots. Yeah. I've watched the tourneys. Yeah, Mish, I used to play in Penta Sports, mate. I won 2 tournaments. I won 2 titles and I came out. Yeah, disarm the bomb. Yep. Disarm the bomb, hostage. I won 2 titles and I didn't even play. That's the worst thing. We got to the qualifiers, and when we got to the qualifiers, we got to qualifiers 5. So we was like in the top 4. When we got to the top 4, they said, oh, we're going to switch out teams, and they put in the other teams, like Henderson and all them lot went in there as well. And I was like, so you're taking out all the people who've qualified, made it to the end, to put in a fresh bunch of players to take over, and then when they got up and run and got all the medals, I got my medal and I just had it in my hands, and I looked at someone else on my left and I thought, what are we doing here? Like, we've won 2 tournaments, the highest rank of Rainbow Six.
So you could have done that professionally as well, couldn't you? Man? You could have gone to.
But I was professional.
Go to esports and stuff.
No, we did.
Oh, you did.
We did. That's the whole point. Like, what I'm saying is, we won at the highest level, and fucking. Say like you're Real Madrid. So Real Madrid's got 40 players on the squad, innit?
Right.
But 17 played in the final, and you can only pick another 3 to substitute. So that's your 20 players that will get a medal. The other 20 on the bench get medals, but they didn't do shit. That's how I looked at it. That fucked me off. I watch all the scandals with guys using cheats and modded mice and boards. Yeah, someone's got this modded thing where they got a mice character drone, and it can chew under the fucking board.
Oh shit.
And it slides in. But there's a new character that's got it called Moffy. Moffy can steal your drone. And the people who runs the drone, he doesn't know that. So you're using their drone on them. And then you can pinpoint them, you can mark them and tell them where they are.
Oh, I see. That's
It's mashup. Because it's the only tool he has, but he really messes the game up. Because now you can't use you want to destroy cameras on drones ASAP. It's like, that's the first thing you need to do. Cause
you know what a game you should consider playing if you're up for it? Overwatch.
Nah, I had 2 copies of it, but no one wanted to play it.
It's literally dominated by Koreans. Man.
Koreans, yeah, they win millions, man. 2, 3, 4 million.
The Koreans dominate the gaming industry. Like StarCraft, that's dominated by Chinese and Koreans.
Because I'm friends with, there was a Korean guy who used to play Dead or Alive 4 called Test Team. And then he said, like, he's not playing Dead or Alive anymore because he don't make no money. And then he got a team. They only won 1 tournament and they won something like $10 million. I was like, what?
How many people? Was it just one?
There's only 6 in that group. So you're looking like 1.7 million,
Each?
about that. 1.7, 1.8 on average. If they're not greedy, they could share it, but I'm sure they'll share it. It's 1.8 million. I was thinking 1.8 million is probably tournament. Like if I won bare tournaments, that'll take me about 5 years to make.
Yeah.
And they did it in one, not even a season. It was barely a season. It wasn't even like a year. It was like 7 months. Making that amount of money.
Yeah, it's all the Koreans and Chinese players now, and they're dominating. Like, obviously you got Infiltration coming back now, so he's going to be a favourite for Street Fighter 5 when he comes to Even.
Yeah, but he's got well, I'm not really going to go into his scandals, man, because he's got all scandals written over him. But that doesn't mean what happened is true, because I don't think he's that kind of guy that did those things. I think bare people just got on a bandwagon, posted on Reddit. Yeah, they posted all kinds of bullshit on Reddit. Yeah, he beats up his wife, and what is that got to do with his what's that got to do with his sponsors?
So
It's got nothing to do with him.
The sponsors dropped him then?
Yeah, the sponsors dropped him, and then he just said, fuck this, do you know what, I'm just going to take a year and a half off. You lot do whatever you want, and when he comes back, he can probably just murk people. I kind of felt bad for him, man. I felt horrible, because your personal life is out there.
See,
You're a well-known person as well.
What made me laugh is that you had someone like Problem X who won Evo last year. Now, he won't win it this year.
You don't know.
I can't see it.
You don't know. You can't say that. You can't say that. You don't know. No one even said he was going to win it this year. No one had a clue he was going to win it. That's one of the reasons why when the others asked, like you just asked, why would I not want to perform or go to those kind of events? Like, if I won something like that, and then you're not say that you have to be a household name.
Sure.
I don't want to be. Fine, it's nice being known, but it comes with problems, man. Look at celebrities. Look at wrestlers,
Like,
celebrities.
Obviously, the stuff with was it Jeff Hardy being fucking done for alcohol again, man? So,
Listen, Jeff Hardy's Jeff Hardy, man. Jeff Hardy is a guy who's got bare demons going on. Whatever goes on with him is his business.
right.
Like, he walked down the street. See, this is why for Jeff Hardy is a problem. He can't even say to himself, I could sit in my back garden and have a couple of drinks and be fucked in his head if he wanted to. You could do that. That's your entitlement. That's an entitlement for Jeff Hardy. But that has the police involved because it's Jeff Hardy.
Because Jeff Hardy he's known to the police for alcohol.
No, because it's no. It's because it's Jeff Hardy. If it was, say,
Hogan.
no. So I'm trying to think of a different scandal, but see, that's where it turns around to wrestling. That's like saying Seth Rollins getting off with that girl who's a Nazi, but Seth Rollins is clean. This guy has got out of it clean. But then there's others who've got all kinds of scandals where they're clean but they're dirty.
I mean, I know.
Like they can. It's like you can watch. It's like.
You can say that about Benoit, man.
No, I'm not calling Benoit's a complete different thing. That's a different level. I'm talking about like entry levels. I'm talking like, say, Paige. Right. Say like when I got all the pictures and I found all the stories about what was going on with Paige and that. Them things Like, when I told people, I said, listen, there's pictures of her going back in NXT days, and they were like, you're talking shit. I went, bruv.
No, she
I've
was,
seen.
she was, wasn't she?
No, there was pictures where she had the title, and someone jizzed the title.
Oh,
There
is
was
it?
things where she was fucking. Oh, I can't remember. There's the white guy, Brad Maddox, and then it was her, fucking someone else. I swear it was
I know she-
Xavier Woods, and someone else was on the camera. And whoever was using the camera got scot off free because he never got clocked. It was either Scott Dawson. No, it was Dash Wilder. It was Dash Wilder, or it was Big E. It was one of the two. I'm telling you, everyone will sit there and they'll be like, nah, mate, you're chatting shit. I'm telling you, one of them was using that camera, and they were there.
It probably was Xavier Woods, Austin Creed or whatever.
No, Xavier Woods was there. There were 2-on-1 in her.
Oh, was it?
There were 2-on-1 in her, but someone
Oh,
else. There was a fourth person there with a camera. It was either Dash Wilder or it was Big E. No one will never know because they got off scot-free, mate. But there was a couple videos where there was multiple. There was where like other people were using the camera and they didn't get clocked.
I mean, if you want to know about the biggest scandal of all ever times was Jimmy Savile, man.
Oh no, fuck that guy, man. Fuck that guy. Paige was nasty, mate. I used to look at her and think, yeah, I remember there was a story about her when she come to Liverpool to wrestling.
Right.
I don't know if Mish knows about this. Oh shit. It was like an indie thing. And apparently she went to the toilet and did a shit and didn't clean herself. She didn't even use toilet paper or nothing.
Pulled out her knickers and...
Yeah, it just came straight out, and like someone just said like, nah man, you could smell it, like it was just nasty. I remember someone telling me that. Some next people went in the toilet and they said, right, like didn't even flush it or nothing. He just came in, did his shit, put your clothes back on, went out, went to wrestle and wrestled, yeah. And then people were just like, what's that smell? It was like I remember someone telling me that. Serious things. It's like, fuck me, that was deep, man.
I mean, alright, here's another scandal, Hogan's scandal with the racism. What do you reckon, what do you think about that? Do you reckon...
Hogan. Racist heel Hulk Hogan. As a black guy, I don't. Now that's when you know you're entitled when you shit and expect someone else to flush it. That's deep. Yeah, exactly. Waiter. He garçon. Hogan said that shit to his son in jail. Yeah, he did. He did. He was saying like racist shit on and it was caught on tape. He's deep, man. But
well, the problem is he's back in WWE, and
I don't business with him. I'm not like the New Day. The New Day, they'll sit there and they're not going to talk to Hogan, or they're not going to clap their hands, or they're not going to do anything. Yeah, they're entitled to do that, and I think they should. So they should, and I think there's others who should do that as well. But it's only the Black Stars are going to do that, obviously.
The other thing is, what's going on with Lars Sullivan? I mean, he's not been heard of.
Listen, I was on that forum. I didn't want to say nothing. I didn't want to tell anybody about that, yeah, because I was on that forum back in the day, and I see him writing some nonsense, mate. And when they said that he was pulled up to NXT, and I was thinking, hang on, isn't that the guy that used to cuss Stephanie? And he's cussing his own boss. Because he said something about Stephanie's a fucking bitch, and I will pull my dick out and make her suck my cock and things like that. I was thinking, hold on a minute, and then man's had to delete these pages, innit? And it was hard to delete them because people already circled them, took photos, or that print thing, whatever you do, what's it called? Photoshop print. Yeah, he has stage fright, yeah. He has stage fright. He's like Walter.
Oh, yeah.
Walter, the NXT champion. His contract is NXT only, because he only fights in basic halls.
Okay.
He doesn't want to fight in like big halls where he could possibly be like the best champion in the company, and he just don't want to up his game. But like just understanding that you got to go out there and just do your best in front of a crowd. Because Walter is actually a good wrestler. That's the maddest thing.
I don't know much about Walter. I know he's German, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's German.
Yeah.
So I know he had that. Was it Pete
I
Dunne?
think he's got Killian Dane or Alexander Wolf in his group now, something like that. It's a mad faction, because I don't know how anyone's meant to deal with that. You've got that as a faction, and then there's two other guys who are the tag teams who are heels as well, and you're like, hang on, so that's 6 heels you're dealing with. That's 6 heels against Pete Dunne, and there's another guy, I can't remember the fucking guy's name, because he used to face Pete Dunne. He was Liv Morgan's partner back in the day. The Imperium should be on Raw. Yeah, so should Undisputed Era. No, actually, Undisputed Era should be on SmackDown.
See, I was watching Raw the other day, and you got these, was it the Vikings?
The Viking Express. Yeah. I don't even know what the fuck they are.
Yeah, well,
1 minute they were the Viking Raiders, then it's the Viking Experience, then it's the Viking Mums. Do you know what I would have called them? World Heroes. That's it. Just call them World Heroes.
fucking Eric
the Viking.
Eric the Viking.
And then they could have had Sarah Logan in there. Done and dusted. But they made a bad flaw, man. I feel sorry for that girl. They made a bad flaw. They just rip up the right squad. And there was no reason.
What's she doing now then? Was she solo? Is she?
Sarah Logan,
Yeah.
basically.
She might be good.
It's hard, man. Seth Rogen. Oh yeah, I remember hearing that on the episode. That was busted. Seth Rogen. No.
You got the who was the one that taxi before Daniel Brett and the other guy, man? The guy from Northern Ireland.
Rowan.
No. You got.
They could actually. Do you know what? That's not a bad idea. You know, Rowan should just go to the Viking Experience. And they could, and do you know the thing is with Rowan, right? They could actually put fucking Luke Harper in there and just make a group of 4. I don't follow what it is with Vince McMahon, because back in the day when I watched it in the N90s, like 96, 97, 98, there was factions, there was fucking groups.
You had the Ministry of Darkness, Undertaker.
Nah, scrap that group. I'm talking about Nation of Domination, DX. What else was there? Los Boricuas. Even they weren't massive, but there was like a group of 3 or 4 of them. There was groups. Yeah, Savio Vega. Yeah, the group. Yeah, there was bare groups. I remember one episode where it was like the Heart Foundation. That's it, Heart Foundation.
Because you had the who was that?
Right to Sensi. There, Right to Censor.
Stevie Richards. Ivy and
Goodfather.
Godfather.
Ivy, man, she was wicked in that. They were me, warning, me, warning. That was too much.
And you had
but she got fucked up, man.
Was it the Oddities? That fucking
the Oddities, yeah. Or they were like, you could say they were low tier, and they still had fucking names. You still know Kurigan. You could still know them people. That was the sickest.
Yeah, Val Venus.
Kai and Ty. Well, Val Venus, Kai and Ty, when they chopped off his dick they went in the bathroom or something, and they tied him up because he was trying to fuck one of the Japanese girls, and they said choppy on his dick, and then they did some episode, they chopped him up. They were sick. I remember that in Indeed. There was bare fucking groups, and you see that? I could remember all of that.
Is that with WCW? They obviously had the NWO, man. Obviously.
No, that was overkill though. Listen, the NWO was fine when it was just the 3 of them. When they had all these fucking numbers in there, it was too much.
But me and my brother was talking about this.
It was like having a dream team. You had Savage and all that.
Me and my brother was talking about the 4 Horsemen. And who were the original 4 Horsemen? Flair, Arn Anderson.
No, but the 4 Horsemen had there was loads of them in there. There wasn't just 4 of them.
Benoit was in the 4 Horsemen.
Yeah, there was Tully, Flair. Then it was the brothers. The Brainbuster brothers was Arn Anderson, his brother. Yeah, there was loads of them. Sting was in it. Sting. I'm sure. I can't even remember who else was in there. I'm sure there was a few more. Yeah, see, Steve McMichael. That was it. That's the one.
He was
Deborah's husband.
Yeah.
Paul Roma, and then Austin married her, innit? Then Austin beat the shit out of Liberty, mate. Liberty. That's why I don't mind him, but I don't like him because that's what I said earlier, where people scathed under the radar because Austin's so brilliant and everyone loves Austin, but they just completely forget he beat the shit out of this woman. He beat her up, bruv. He beat the shit out of her, bruv. I don't know what was going on. Gave her some licks, mate. I don't know what for. I know those cookies weren't that good. Because she had them cookies in it. She must have fed him some of them cookies, man. He went off his rockers, mate. He beat the shit out of Deborah. Yeah, he beat her up bad, mate. Beat her up bad, and he disappeared for a couple of months. He come back. No, he disappeared. Yeah, he disappeared for 7 months. He come back, and it was like no one was talking to him, mate. He was in a locker room on his own, and only The Rock was talking to him.
Friends,
yeah, because people thought he was a cunt. He was a cunt. What he done? He knows what he done. It was fuckery. And then all of a sudden, he was like, yeah, he's the greatest wrestler of all time. WWE Superstar Hall of Fame, and you think, hang on a minute, cut the chase, yeah? That Hall of Fame, listen, do you know what? One night, right, I'm going to go through it.
Because I know they've just. Who was the last person to be announced on the Wall of Fame? Hall of Fame, was it Jeff Jarrett, wasn't it? 'Cause I think.
To be fair, his next girlfriend tried to stab him at dinner.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But if you went through the Hall of Fame, I'm telling you, you'd find he misstabbed his agent. Listen, you've got racists in the Hall of Fame. You've got people who've been in prison multiple times, DUIs, drunk driving, fucking man, beating women,
Yeah.
murderers as well.
Lex Luger.
He's not a murderer.
I swear someone said that he got done for something, man.
Jimmy Snooker, mate.
Was it
Jimmy Snooker.
Jimmy Snooker, thank you.
Fucking, yeah, because Elizabeth was found dead in his house because she had an overdose. Elizabeth was fine, man. She was sick. Do you know, listen, man will take that into the backyard and bend that over. Listen, I'll tell you when she looked sick, yeah? Because when she was in WWE, she looked like the innocent. This is where it was sick, because she looked like... She looked innocent. She was so innocent in WWE. When she was in NWO and she had the shorts, she used to walk down with a baseball bat. I was like, this is my kind of girl. Yeah? She was a savage. She was a filth. She was filth. Filth. How could you have a girl that could pretend to be so innocent all those years, just turn up on NWO with shorts, low cut top? Inoki had the Japanese mafia. Yep, Carlos Colon, Lex Luger. Lex kind of murdered Liz. Oh, you got Jake in there, drunks. You got everything in there, man. Everything. I'm telling you. If you saw,
probably done prison basically.
if you saw the amount of things that guy has done, you would think him and Scott Hall, how are they not dead and everyone else is dead? Him, do you know what? Do you know what I might do?
DDP Yoga, man, that was it.
Listen, actually, are they all in 2K14 or 2K15? I'm going to pick Jake the Snake Roberts, Scott Hall, and Ric Flair, and just say "Staying Alive." That's what I'm going to call it, because them three are just staying alive. I don't know how they do it. Make that team, yeah, and I'll go on and play someone.
That's harsh.
Nah, man, I'll make a team out of it. It's like that team, staying alive. Ric Flair, man, he's something else.
He's knocking on heaven's door, man. He's
It's funny because if you look at any other Hall of Fame and it's full of sports guys that try to do heroic stuff after they retire, not wrestling. Nah, serious. Ric Flair, Scott Hall, and Jake the Snake Roberts. Watch, I'll do an episode. I'll record an episode and stick it up. I'm going to just go online. I'll find someone and I'll use that team. And they will just be like, why is it called Staying Alive, bro? Because they're staying alive.
close to death, man.
I'm not going to call it Close to Death. That's a horrible name. Staying alive is fine, man. Nah, man, it's fine. Look, we did double the time we were meant to do. I'm going to stay on. I don't even mind, you know. I'll stay on as long as I want. But you're shooting off in 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes. But
And then,
the other one is like fucking Jerry Lawler, man. He's got some skeletons in the closet as well, though, hasn't he?
that's another guy. That's another guy that's nasty, mate. Like, not nasty, but see, I can't even say it. I don't know if you can even dare. Fuck it, this is my channel, man. He's a guy. No, listen. Do you know what he is? He's a guy that can get away with that. Over there, you might get away with that. Here, you can't.
No, that makes perfect sense.
You know what I mean? But how many guys, if you're a guy that's 40 or 50 and some 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old is coming up to you, how many are going to say no, honestly? Come on. In them, what?
In hindsight?
Your telly, your celebrity, whatever, you can throw your muscle anywhere and get who you want when you want. They ain't saying no.
Yeah, of course.
They ain't saying no. And there's all...
You got you around the finger, man. See?
No, but... Yeah, there's some dirty things he does, but... Listen, what's his name? There's a like Dave Meltzer. If there was things that he would break under that closet, yeah, I'm telling you that WWE would be exposed. Because I'm telling you, there's bare things under that rug here that people must be thinking, what is going on? Yeah, like back in the early 90s, like you go in the boiler room, there was, Mish might remember this, I don't know if it was Survivor Series or it was SummerSlam, and there was one time, right, Shawn Michaels was in the boiler room having an interview with Sonny, and just before that, yeah, Sonny looked like she was up to something. She looked odd, mate. She looked like either she got fucked or she gave someone head. I'm not even joking. She looked odd. Like, as if like the camera wasn't meant to be put on them that quick. And something was going on. The camera just came in the room and was live. And, you know, you could see they were kissing or something was going on. Candino must have been going, like, he must have been going mad, mate. But I heard there were too many stories about her. Too many stories.
But she's a proper porn star in real life, though, isn't she? Sonny?
Listen, just turn on. We'll turn it on one day. 1995 Survivor Series, and just watch her. Just look at her when she's walking down the ring with the $1 Million Man's team. She looks fit as shit, mate. The fittest thing. She was the fittest thing you'd watch. And I even joke because my brother was 10 years older than me, and he was like, "You watching this shit?" Like I was like, "Sonny's hot." I was only 15,
but
16.
Here's another scandal, Ben. Going back to Jeff Hardy. Did you ever see that? Was it Victory Road?
When he fought Sting and he got pinned straight away. Yeah. I felt bad for that, man. Like, did you see Sting's face? Sting was livid, mate.
He was like,
took the title.
It was like, was it less than 10 seconds? That was it. The match was over.
Pinned him, and Jeff was all like, "What's going on?" And then he come down the ring. He was fucking smoking cigarettes. I was like, "How did he get away with that?" You know what I would have done? I would have lit him, yeah? I would have lit the cigarette and I would have dashed it into the crowd in someone's head. I would have made it go like a U-turn in the air. So it would just land on someone, just burn their head off. Spot. You can slide up a spliff, man. Like, no, I think Jeff Hardy's alright, man. Just needs to fix himself up because he's a 40-year-old. He's a grown man, man. He just fix your ways.
He'd be joining fucking Jake the Snake and fucking...
Nah, I don't think he's going to be like that. Leave him. He's happy, man. The guy's happy. Listen, the amount of things that guy's done, yeah, this is kind of mad because he does all these stunts and all that and he never bust himself up. And there was one day he done this jump with his bike and he landed wrong and broke his leg. And I was like, oh my God. He done all them kind of stunts and that. Never broke his neck, never broke his arm, never broke his leg, nothing. And then he did this one poxy stunt on his brother's video, and he ended up breaking his leg. And I thought, the guy was immunity, mate. Now,
see, I would love to know how many fucking wrestlers I know who's beat up their wives. So, I mean,
it must be bare.
Stone Cold, obviously. I heard a rumor Lesnar did something. He got done for something, did he?
Lesnar wouldn't have beat Sable. You're mad. The only thing I've ever heard Lesnar come out with, well, I think he won UFC, and he said, "What's your plans? Like, now you've won your match, I'm going home to fuck my wife," or something like that, he said. I don't know. Oh, he's looking to break his wife in two, or something like that, he said. Give her the
fucking F5, man.
Did you know that she used to do that before him?
What's that, the F5? No.
I think Mark Merrow was doing it. I'm sure it was Mark Merrow. I'm pretty sure Sable did it before Brock Lesnar did.
She controls him.
Sable is his sugar mama. How old is she now? She must be like 50 something.
55 maybe.
She helps make up her contracts with Paul Heyman. Mish, I got a question for you. Right off the cuff, man, because this will be interesting. What do you think of Paul Heyman taking over on Raw? Because really, he should be doing SmackDown.
What about Bischoff, though?
Bischoff's not doing SmackDown.
He's not?
Nah, mate.
So what's he doing, Bischoff?
Fox TV, Fox News, Fox in general. Just like when he was doing Ted Turner's.
Okay.
That's what he should have been doing anyway. They should have known that straight out of the gate. Don't get involved. Just do negotiations and that kind of shit and see what you see. Because he's not on WWE enough to see what the fuck's going on. If you're going to give someone the range here to run the show, just let Bischoff will do the SD but not creative. Just let Heyman do creative on both shows. That's what it should be. If the needle goes up on Raw and it proves that Heyman is doing what he's meant to do, then let him do SmackDown as well. Because really and truly, I remember there was a time where SmackDown was better than Raw and Heyman was writing it. And it was a mad time. It was like a whole year Raw wasn't beating SmackDown at all. Steph hates Paul though. Well, she may hate him, but what can she do? She can't do shit. She can't write no episodes. She tried it, and his dad said, her dad said, "Nah, man, you failed." I think she'd cut off the nose to spite the face. They can get. Do you know what they should do though? That the reason why I think the reason why they got him and Bischoff, yeah, is AEW could have taken him.
Of course.
But then what would happen to Brock Lesnar? Would he have gone as well?
He probably would. You know what? He probably would suit him.
What, to be on his own? No, because then they'd fuck his character up. They'd make him lose to a people on purpose.
Someone like Kenny Omega.
There's a reason Triple H said fuck no. Yeah, Triple H. I remember when Lesnar was undisputed champion, and a lot of them moved to SmackDown. No. Most of them moved to Raw. Sorry, that was the wrong way around. Yeah, the undisputed title was on SmackDown, and then Triple H was given the belt by Bischoff. When it came to talking that creative gig, I mean, oh yeah, Triple H ain't gonna take over Raw. Why would you in NXT? NXT is like, if you said on the scale needle, I would put it at 90, 95, 90 to 95, like scale level. And when you see like the best WWE pay-per-view, maybe 60 if you're lucky. That's the difference. And I couldn't even tell you when the worst takeover is, because all the takeovers are so bloody good. Even the worst one, and is like fucking good. I've seen the only one that I remember that wasn't that good was when I think Shayna Baszler just won the title, and that was nearly a year ago, probably the first time. And one of the main events wasn't good. Let's be honest, 90% of the ideas on NXT came from Regal and were just approved by Triple H.
So,
really?
Before I leave, man, how do you reckon the Super Showdown goes on? I mean, obviously, do you reckon they should put women in Super Showdown, even though obviously it's in the Middle East, and they're quite strict about covering themselves and stuff? I mean, they could do it, couldn't they, if they wanted to? But it's obviously because it's Saudi law and all that, they have to abide by the laws and stuff. But they should really do it just to entertain the fans a bit more, shouldn't they? But
I don't know what the rules are and why they do that over there. I couldn't even ask. I don't know what's wrong with them. Are they scared? Are they scared that women are better than them? Are they scared that women can drive and end up drive better than men? I don't know what it is. Like, they just want their women covered up, hiding under four walls all fucking day. I don't get all that.
Because didn't they, I can't remember.
They tried to get Alexa Bliss and Natalia to have a match, and
They did one with Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, but they were completely covered up. It was like they were covered up in their night gear, wrapped in cotton wool, like a sheep or something. It's like, it's just madness. I just thought, nah, mate, like whatever they're doing in it, and they feel proud that they put a match out there for women. You didn't do shit. Didn't really do anything.
You know what I would like to see if they ever consider doing it?
Which is
WWE versus New Japan.
WWE versus New Japan? No way. Because on paper, without even saying it, New Japan should just win every match. Listen, if you said pick the top 5 wrestlers in New Japan, you would have a problem. And if you said like 5, if you said it was like a 5-on-5 like Survivor Series, and they said pick your best 5, you could probably pick the bottom 15 and 20 here are going to be on par with who's the best in WWE. So I wouldn't even do that. That's like someone saying Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, AJ Styles, Nakamura. Right, Nakamura's a wild card, and then just put Sami Zayn in there, just for any random sake. Say that's your 5. Now, if someone said to you, pick any 5 from New Japan at this moment, then I will put Moxley straight as number 1. And then you look at it on paper, they'll say to you, what happened when Moxley / Dean Ambrose faced Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns would beat his clock every time. But would the N Japan version challenge Roman Reigns? He would blow Reigns to shit. In Japan, Jericho, he would blow all them to shit.
What about
Omega?
You know?
Yeah. Zack Sabre Jr., Ibushi, Okada. Oh, fucking, the list is ridiculous. There's bare of them. There's 10 or 15 of them. I wouldn't even want to see it. Listen, I wouldn't even do 2K19 and put those characters in it and build them up and put them against WWE. It's a mismatch, man. It's like date rape.
There's a guy in NXT who left the WWE recently. I forgot his name. Kenta.
Yeah, even Kenta. Kenta was in New Japan the other day, and he's fucking brilliant. Put him in that 205 Live and messed his character up.
What about the other Japanese guy that seems to go fine at the moment?
Kudisha.
Nozawa.
Nah, it's Kudisha. Is it Kudisha? Kudisha.
I know because you got Tozawa. Akira Tozawa.
Oh, Akira Tozawa. Man, he needs to go as well. Oh, actually, that's a question for Mish as well. Mish, when's your episode coming up when there's a bus flip? The bus flip, I want to see that. When people are going to get, like, fired. Because I don't even know when they do that. There's like a certain quarter of the year and they start turning around and be like, yeah, we're going to release these people. But they're scared. They're kind of scared of releasing people now. I don't know what it is. They just don't want to release people. The only person I know, do you know the only person that has been released but they haven't said anything? Leo Rush. Leo Rush got removed, innit? Because he was arguing with like Mark Henry and things like that. I'm thinking with Fox coming up the year not doing that. No bus flips, no. No, Leo Rush is gone. Defo is gone. I'm positive he's gone.
Yeah, to be honest with you, like Lashley Leo Rush was a bit...
No, I thought it was alright, but it's what goes on in the back. What they say to you, what goes on in the back, man, stays in the back. But I got friends that work there and they told me some mad things, like when they're on the coaches and some of them are rude and some of them got chuck off the bus and... There was one story that just made... There was one they said in the story that just didn't make no sense. Something about... He was meant to clean up, or he was meant to sweep up or something, and he refused to because his wife was there, or his girlfriend was there, and he didn't want to do it to save face, and he just asked them, like, can't you just do it when my wife's not there? And they were arguing with him, and that was one of the reasons why he got released. It was, serious. I heard, that's what I heard. Mish, you going to stay around for a bit?
I continue watching when
Yeah, I'm going to do another one straight after this. But I just want to ask Mish if he's staying around. I have a convo with Mish. But I have to change the game. I'm going to do some crack combos. Yeah, man, just chilling, doing work. Alright, Mish, give me 5 minutes. I'm going to change the game and my friend's leaving. So I'm going to finish this episode quickly. I'm going to say shout out to Patrick. Shout out to Donna. Shout out to Mish. Shout out to Daniel. You're in your disco, right? I'm in my house. I'm gonna put a link up for Wrestling Suit and Get in the Corner and Suplex City Limits as well, and a few other shit I'll put links up for. And I'll be back in 5 minutes. Right. Let's stop this quickly.